So here we are. Today we have an educationist with us. I'm inviting Dr. Debasis Sanyal. He is a director, Great Lakes Institute of Management in Gurgaon. And he's here to say a few words and thoughts of education that we are doing right now. We're going to ask him a lot of questions with respect to present scenario in education. He comes with a plethora of experience in education. So I welcome Dr. Sanyal. How are you, sir?
Thank you.
So to start off with, we would like to ask you your thoughts on how the management education in India is evolving right now.
Post-COVID, the things have actually changed. Since COVID, I'll put it. Since COVID, the things have actually is different than what it was pre-COVID actually. I have been speaking to a lot of people, to my colleagues and industry people, that management education is for last 3 years, will go for a massive change. Because I'm talking about pre-COVID era, because the gender has changed in the sense that the era has changed. The students nowadays, millennial and thereafter ZX, ZZ, whatever you call, these people are totally different and the way of thinking, the way of doing is totally different than the previous generation, I put it this way. These people would like to study at their own space. They would like to do things in a manner they only like to do. They don't want to be imposed. So they will look for a blended learning and a flipped classroom concept rather than structured 8:30 to 2:30, again at 3:30. They will not like it. And so I was always sharing, most of them didn't agree, few of them did agree, that we should get ready for a virtual classroom, technologically enabled classroom scenario. And he said, I will surely try. We'll have partially in a virtual mode and partially in a classroom mode. That time, of course, classroom facility was available. So he did that and it was pretty successful. So COVID came and all of a sudden you saw everyone's mindset changed. Not only in India, across the world. Now, people gladly accepted this virtual method of teaching. Many of my colleagues or many of the faculty members across the world, not only in India, were not comfortable to start off with how to use Zoom platform, how to use other platform. But they, over a period of time, is now pretty comfortable delivering lectures, sitting in their room. Sitting is a big challenge for faculty members. You have to understand. They love to go around, the body language, their expression. They want to see the face of the student. And from there, they can understand whether students are understanding or not. So in management education, this was also a big challenge. So what has happened is that they also got comfortable. Now, if you ask me, I'm not speaking about curriculum now, I'm talking the way of delivery at this point of time. The method of delivery has gone through a change, and this will be there for some time. Not some time, in years. This is the new mode, yes. But if you ask me whether this will be the preferred mode by the students, I'll say no. Because I can see students still want to come to the campus, full-time students. Come to the campus and interact with their peers, learn from each other, network with each other. That's also a big part of management education. If I divide or dissect or slice management education, it is a two-part actually. One is the knowledge part, and other is peer-to-peer learning and networking. So peer-to-peer learning and networking is not possible until you meet the peers live, not in a virtual. So that part cannot be pushed to the virtual platform for the time being. But The other part, that is knowledge part, to a great extent will be now delivered online, I can see in days to come. More because of the flexi time available to the students. Not only this, you will find what will happen in future and happen more is student will prefer a video-based teaching session. Faculty will teach, that will be recorded on a video. Already they have got facility. Classroom lectures are being recorded like a Zoom is being recorded, and they can go back and see it once again. What will happen more is that they will like this to be more formalized and structured. Faculty may have a session of 1 hour on a particular topic, say on valuation, and students would like to study at the time they want to study. Now, while studying, what is required by students? They want to ask questions that they can ask in a classroom. They should have that facility to ask immediately a pause and ask a question, and they should get an answer. Whether that will be possible? Yes, it will be possible. Why? Because on a real-time basis it will be possible. Because there will be a set of what are the likelihood of questions to be asked can be always found out. And machine learning can structure this and provide. So with augmented technology, with exponential technology backing up, I can see real-time answers to their questions will also be possible. There may be 1 or 2 questions which the machine may not be able to answer. And that time they'll say this answer will be provided to you after say 24 hours or 48 hours. Those questions will go to the faculty and faculty will answer it. So this is the preferred mode will be, because one has to understand the new generation's way of living is totally different. Even they don't do anything, not sleep before 3. They get up at 12, 1 o'clock. So their clock and faculty members' clock who are teaching are 2 different clocks. So this type of technology-enabled education will slowly catch up in days to come. But they will like also a flipped classroom. They study and there will be some days which maybe in the evening or morning, whatever it is, facility will be provided to the students who wants to attend the classes. So that attendance and all this slowly will be not an issue anymore. Education will be a blended one, according to me. And going forward, but a substantial part has to be delivered because in the classroom because of the networking and peer-to-peer. This I can see going forward as far as delivery is concerned. And as far as curriculum is concerned, we can speak later on as we go along. But as far as delivery is concerned, and the best thing what is happening, different to what it happened after 2007-8. Our 2007-8, we thought a lot of MOOCs platform, and everyone thought MOOCs will take over the classroom learning, but it never happened because the connect was not there, and not much of an experimentation was happening other than giving content. So it didn't pick up actually. But what is happening now, I can see a lot of experimentation is going on. How to make it more interactive? How can it be a real-time, what is called learning type? So I can see that as far as delivery is concerned, management education will go beyond what we are actually seeing now. It will go much beyond because of experimentation.
So, for the benefit of the students, I would like to summarize as to what you have said at length. So, here, what the gist of it I could understand is that the students now are, with the advent of new technologies, with the likes of video conferencing, taking classes on a video conferencing, then with the advent of AI, machine learning, it is easier for the students to get the answers in real time. Plus, there is a need of peer-to-peer interactions also there, wherein everybody is experimenting in how to blend these. I can see there is a transition from classroom teaching going towards virtual teaching that has its own benefit in terms of time management, and it is now a blend in the life, as most of the corporates are experimenting in their work from home culture these days at the time of COVID. So I think if I'm right, this is what the gist that you're trying to say, plus more, obviously.
No, yes, this will happen, and I can see in executive education especially.
Right.
That is, they will prefer more of online learning. They may come for a stint of 1 or 2 months.
Right.
And this will more happen because I tell you, the cost of education for executive learning will then go down substantially.
Right.
Cost is also a factor, you should remember. Why should a student do 4 years of engineering? Can we reduce it to 3 years, 1 year on an online platform? Why they have to stay 4 years in the campus and pay abnormally for the hostel or whatever it is? So there I can see the cost of education will also play a big role. Further, think of this. I'm not just talking about management education. I'm speaking. At present, our gross enrollment ratio in higher education is about 25%. New Government of India's new education policy says that by 2035, we should achieve 50%. So jump of 25%. Now, for undergraduate colleges, there are 40,000 around undergraduate colleges. Now that means to jump to 50%, we have to have another 40,000. I don't think we can provide so much of land immediately, unlike next 15 years, money, faculty. So what's the way out? And also you should remember, our rural India is slowly integrated, and their aspiration level have also changed, and they want to learn also. So quality education at a low price has to be made available. If our goal to achieve 50% gross enrollment ratio by 2035 has to be matched. So I can see digital education will be our important intervention to take the country forward.
So there's one more question I would like to add on, because I think with the length of the answers, I think most of the questions has been answered already. So I'm just going to put one more personally to you in your leadership skills. So here's a question. So being the director of the Great Lakes Institute of Management, what is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you describe your leadership style?
See, in any education institute, leadership style has to be a participative one. It cannot be, and I don't believe it can be successful also, an autocratic style. It is, in corporate also is changing, but still in corporate or government setup, a chain of command can still work, but I am not a great follower of that, and I don't believe that is the best method to get the best out of your colleagues. In education institute, every faculty, whether it's assistant professor or a professor, are talented and they're expert in their area of expertise or functional area. So if you want to get the best of it, one has to understand them, help them, and work with them And if you do so, then I'm sure one gets the best of it. And I have worked at MDI. I was dean at MDI. I was vice provost and dean. I was heading the great NMIMS business school for 8 years. Then now I was in SPG in Singapore for a couple of years. And also now for the last 2.5 years, I'm with Great Lakes. And I can see faculties are very helpful. They are very talented if you can get the best out of them. And they will do everything for you once you acknowledge them and their talent. So if you try to, if your leadership has to be a participative one, because one has to understand, as a director, I have to understand that young guy, suppose in my area also, joins today as assistant professor, he is joining with the currency which is totally latest. So his currency in the domain of knowledge is more than me. But what he doesn't know, what I have, is years of experience, which he has to gather over a period of time. Now, when he comes with a problem, he wants a solution to it. Whether it's from my area or any other area, so maybe an analytics guy, young guy, or a senior professor comes with a problem to me, or whoever is governing the institute. Why he has come or she has come? Because she or he was a solution to it. What is my job, I feel, is to know what all my faculty members are doing or other faculty members outside the institutes are doing. So when he comes with a problem, see, I'm not getting an answer. I don't know how to go out with this research issue, knowing fully well that I'm not from that area, but still she comes to me or he comes to me to get a solution. So I have to guide him or her to the right person with whom she or he can work. And that's my duty. If I give a right person with whom they work and they get a solution and say, which helps them to publish a paper, either singly or jointly, they come back and feel obliged. But I have not done anything actually. And they'll go extra yard to help whatever they want to do in the institute. So one has to recognize that. A leadership style has to recognize. A director is as good as bad as his faculty and staff. It's like, in cricket, if a captain is great if the bowlers bowl very well. The day bowlers do not bowl well, then we blame the captain, his captaincy was not wrong. It all went wrong. But the bowlers did well. What he made the right changes. So that happens same in education also. It's your faculty and staff members. When they perform well, the director is great. When they don't, they're bad. So to get the best of the faculty, you have to work with the faculty hand to hand, shoulder to shoulder. That's my style. And I feel I've been pretty successful following this style. And I believe in participative leadership style, to be honest.
I'm sure all the inclusivity that you bring up and leading from front, the team that you have, exciting talents that you are gathering up, just like Saurav Ganguly did long back, coming up and overhauling the overall Indian team. Plus inclusiveness is what everybody, even the juniors seek, that their leaders should, guide them from the front and, take all the, challenges and give them solutions with their experience. That's commendable. So that leads me to move on to the third question. So let's talk more about the Great Lakes Institute of Management. So I would like to understand because Great Lakes Institute of Management has been a very dignified and well-known brand in India in terms of management education. But the viewers would like to know how well it will perform in the global platform.
Good question, I must say. See, if you go anywhere, you'll find out that we follow a motto, which has been initiated and nurtured over a period of time, by our founder, chairman, that is Professor Bala Balachandran, actually, Padma Shri Professor Bala Balachandran, who is now Professor Emeritus at Kellogg, still date. So he believed that Great Lakes should follow a motto of global mindset, Indian roots. So our mindset is global, but we have got Indian roots. So what we do, we always in touch with what is happening across the world, but dovetail it to the need of Indian environment. So that is a guiding philosophy for us. If you see over a period of time, Great Lakes Gurgaon is the youngest institute in India to obtain AMBA accreditation. There are 3 internationally very high-level accreditation body. One is AMBA, one is ACSB, and one is EQUIS. AMBA, they accredit programs. So both our programs, our postgraduate diploma in management, PGDM 2 years, and our 1-year program, PGPM or PGCM, as we call it, is both are accredited by AMBA. And that we started this program in 2016, and today when we are speaking is 2020. So in 2019 we got the accreditation. So no institute in India have got international accreditation. So we got ourselves accredited by a global agency, and that means that our method of teaching, our curriculum, the way we deal with the students, etc., are at par with other top-level global institutes which are AMBA accredited. So first thing. Then curriculum is updated every day, and when we do every year an exercise goes how courses are offered across the globe and what new things are happening and what more new innovative things we can. Second. And what Indian market needs, that's also important, because we should not forget the Indian roots. So, and while delivering the program in our institute, it is compulsory for all students to do a Karma Yoga program where they have to go to the villages and nearby our institute and work with school or a panchayat and help them in whatever form to develop the children or address the need of that village. So they are connected to the ground level realities. If you see over a period of time, we get a lot of faculty from abroad to teach our course fully or for guest faculty. Now during COVID time, think of that, what we did. The program got delayed because the opening of the admission was over. The program started only in August, July and August. Students were restless what to do at home. So we started a term 0 concept. And who all top people from across the world address them. Let me name a few of them. Sam Pitotra, the Harvard new dean from January, Srikant Datta, Professor Srikant Datta. We had two people from Kellogg, 2 from Stanford, the dean of Booth School of Management, he addressed the students. So, plus we had from corporate, we had Nitin Noria, the former CEO of Pepsi, and whole lot of people from across the world, and some of the top level CEOs of India, Nestle CEOs. So not only international, but national corporate people also addressed them. We have about 13 people, one from Pennsylvania also, from OB faculty. So they all address the students during the 0 term. So our job is to make the mindset of the students a global mindset. Our faculty are always connected to the global development. The case study they do, they also use Indian case study. They write Indian case study, as well as they use international case study. And they publish case study in international platform like IV publication. So this helps us to blend with global requirement and keeping our foot with the Indian corporate requirement and society.
So as we talked about, zero term concept that you came up with, I have a few more questions on what are the strategies apart from, because there are a lot of questions in the mind of students as to how the process will take up from here when the classes would start. So do you want to comment on what are the strategies that you are, as an institution, as a Great Lakes Institute of Management is taking up for the safety of the student?
Again, a good question. In fact, I met day before yesterday, Thursday I met the DC of Gurgaon because students want to come back to the campus, most of the students, and why not? But Haryana or government in India has not given us, or AICT or UGC, we have not got a clear indication to open. So I had gone to and met the DC, who is responsible for overseeing how to go about. We have sent a letter. He requested me to give a detailed letter, and I'm expecting a letter from him reply from him next week. Now we are having, of course, a virtual platform. I'll be happy, and I'm so proud to say that we are getting a feedback which is not less than last year classroom feedback. In fact, in some of the courses, more. What is happening is that because students are in the classroom, at home, there's less distraction and more discipline. So the knowledge part that they're getting is phenomenal. And they're more because they have nothing else to do now. They cannot go out of the house because of COVID. So they are more interested in learning and acquiring knowledge, and they understand that. So that has worked well. And also at the same time, we are getting them ready for the placement, which has started actually. They just started. So many of the students will come to the campus, will already be placed before they come to the campus, and in good companies. I'm not going to name the companies now, but it'll be available after a few days. Already they have started a good top level. So all that, I'll come to that later on maybe. But now we are waiting for the students to come. Now, we have already made preparation for our campus. Our is a residential campus. All the blocks are sanitized. We have got a special 7-boot emergency setup if something happens. We are going to, once we get permission, that it is subject to permission from the Government of India and Government of Haryana, and subject to consent from the parents of the students as solicited by the government of the day, we are going to call them batch-wise. The first batch will come. They'll be given, actually we have got sharing basis rooms. So we'll give one room to everyone for 14 days. So after that, once that quarantine, it's like bubble, that is over, then they'll put in double bed. Then the next batch will come. Then we'll also do the same thing to them, and so forth and so on. So there will be a bubble that we put in. The bubble will be there. Students have to give an undertaking that before they come, they have to agree to this bubble, because we'll not allow them to go out of the campus. We'll have bubble concept for supporting staff also, because supporting staff has to be also staying in the campus. They cannot go out. So there will be a process how many we can keep. Maybe the support system will not be as big as usually. but students have to understand why it is, because we'll have 10 days, another 10 days, another 10 days, that bubble process will go. Tough sanitization and other norms as prescribed by the Government of India will be followed, because we are not going to take any chance with the life and health of anyone, whether it's students, staff, or faculty. So we are totally prepared. We are ready at this point of time. We are just waiting positives. I can understand why government is not giving, because again there is a rise in number of cases. So one has to understand the practicality and the situation also. But once we get an opportunity, we'll start immediately campus.
It's really good to see the serious planning behind when the student would join. And it's really a very good information for the students who will come here and join the classes. I'm sure they will be very excited. As Great Lakes put across their best foot forward to get them better opportunities. So my next question comes to you with the curriculum that Great Lakes ensures the best practices, and how is in sync with the industry?
I told you before, so I'll address it later on. Sure. This is a very important piece actually. It's a very important piece, and I think that needs to be addressed also. Why students come to the campus? To learn. Why they want to learn? So that the currency of understanding and learning enhances, so that they can match with the requirement of the industry. Any institute which keeps on teaching the things of the past continuously, that means you are not taking care of the need of the students to be relevant for the time. Relevancy is a very important word over here, because if your students are not relevant with knowledge and skill, both required by the industry, then you'll be outdated, and university will have a bad opinion about the institute. So one of the USP of Great Lake is that the currency of its curriculum has to be maintained. We are the pioneers, as you know, in analytics. We are the one who started specialization in analytics, data. We have as much as 8 to 9 courses in that space. We are one institute where analytics are compulsory, not elective. One course in PGTM and 2 courses in PGPM, PGCM, it is compulsory. And thereafter, specialization is there. We know the people who are hiring us, whether they're hiring for marketing or finance or operation, or just for analytics job, they want the marketing guy also to have a hang of analytics, finance analytics, and so forth and so on. For example, this year, 2 important courses have been introduced. In fact, one was introduced in PGCM last year, which is again in PGDM program this year, that is cloud computing. This year, we have introduced the subject on what is called, we have introduced the subject in fintech. Fintech is to be taught by the faculty, with experts, and as well as with industry experts, because it's very industry-driven course. So we have structured it in such a way the student taking this course as an elective will get a good hang of fintech. And I can see this technology intervention of fintech is coming in a big way in all space, because with in every business you see blockchains and everything, I can see this will happen in a big way. So we go into and see, we debate every year depth versus breadth. Like last year in our PGCM courses are actually 20 hours of course. But last year, in some courses, we made it 30 hours. PGDM primarily the 30 hours. Every course is of 30 hours. But in PGCM, it is actually 20 hours. But in courses like accounting, we found that they need more hours because many of the students come from technology background or engineering background or non-commerce background. The statistics, another thing. We found that it was 20 hours, we made it 30 hours. Similarly, in corporate finance, we made it 45 hours. Because these are courses of future, not future, I'll say it is bread and butter courses. If you don't know this, you cannot build electives otherwise. So, 2 years back, we started with digital marketing. We have got digital analytics. So we are the one, if you ask any institute which are giving, imparting or have provision or opportunity for the students to update their knowledge as well as skills, we are the one. We have workshops in R, Python and everything. So it's Great Lakes Gurgaon believes in giving a curriculum which is required by the industry, and you'll be happy to know. Even this year, all our old recruiters have shown faith in us. They're all coming. And they're not talking about numbers less than what they took last year. In fact, they're open to take any. Because you'll understand, though there are shrinkage in employment in the country, but there are certain skills which is of a high demand outside the center, which are of high demand. So if they come to campus and get students with that right skill, they'll take it. So as far as curriculum is concerned, your question, we are one of the most, we have most updated curriculum, contemporary and also futuristic.
So, as far as the curriculum is concerned, we all can stand with what you have said about in terms of new technologies that are coming into and imbibing into the curriculum, so that it helps students to get the right place in the industry, in spite of the fact there is a slack in terms of the job opportunities that are in the market. But obviously, as the technology advances, it creates a room for the deserving students with right skills, advanced techniques. So I'm sure, would like to know more about. So my last question comes to you with what are the future projects and the goals of Great Lakes Institute of Management that help students to reach to the, they have a vision, they have, the dreams that helps them to fulfill their dreams, to be very frank.
Let me put it this way. What is the future? What is the future holds for line of thinking of Great Lakes. We have completed the third batch of PGDM program, got graduated in 2020. So now we are eligible to apply for NBA accreditation. So we are ready. We were supposed to submit on September, but now NBA has, because of COVID, has extended the academic year till December. So we will be able to submit only in January. And we are positive that we'll be getting quite good score over there. Yeah. Because what we have done with assurance of learning, what we have done with our curriculum, what we have done, our faculty-student ratio is very good. And our infrastructure, everything together, we are optimistic, I can say, at this point of time. So once we get the MBA accreditation, then we can apply. Now we cannot for what is called new programs. So our future holds in offering a PGDM or PGCM program focused towards data science or digital marketing. We have not zeroed down, but new age technology, a new age corporate need. in line with what AICTE allows us to offer. Because AICTE, as you know, have nomenclature set, and you can apply for those courses only. So we have to do that. We have to work around that, but we have got plans. Second, we have plans to start our fellow program, PhD program, because that's very important, because that helps maintain currency of the faculty. Because without PhD program, research will be not going forward. And research is an important piece to stay relevant. As I mentioned, relevance is very important. So if faculty members are not doing research, they will not be updated into new way of thinking, new way of thought process. So already as faculty members keep publishing, but to just enhance and augment and support that process, we would like to have, maybe in a very humble way, we start the fellow program. We also have in our mind and in our decision, what is called thinking, is to maybe in future we'll start a university where undergraduate programs also will be offered. Because seeing the Delhi admission scenario where students with very high marks are not getting their preferred choice of courses, especially in economics and commerce and BBA and law, I think institute like Great Lake should come in with quality curriculum, should come in and provide more opportunities to the young guys who are coming out of class. And these young guys are really good, actually. They have got aspiration, they want to do something new, and they're very innovative and creative too. But if they're not getting opportunity to study in good schools, because everywhere has a limited seat and faculty, so there is a big opportunity. And I think Great Lake, which is there, believes in student-centric education, should embark sooner than later into undergraduates. Maybe another 2-3 years. Maybe.
We are also very excited to hear that, sir. I second your thought in terms of the research should happen in India rather than abroad. And the government also needs to, put a lot of money into this. Plus, with Great Lakes coming up with undergrad programs, it will be very exciting for the students who are here searching for colleges and for the quality education. To be very frank, we would be very excited to get to know more about that. I'm sure Great Lakes would pave the way through the best practices in the industry. That is, the grads can also get apart from the postgrads as of now. So the 80% of the chance would going to get benefited when the Great Lakes of the university. So I would like to close on this interview. I'm really very appreciate your time with us. I was feeling very privileged that you shared this forum with us, this platform with us. I shared your thought about education with utmost frankness, to be very frank. Thank you, sir, for your time. I wish you all.
Thank you, Abhinav, for this opportunity, and I can assure you that Great Lakes is there for quality education. We are there and will be there for quality education with the philosophy of global mindset with Indian roots.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. Take care.